Well, good morning. We've already got somebody here along with us. Good morning to you. Or more than likely, good afternoon. Yeah. Okay, let's pick up where we left off. We started working on a model because we needed to have this the clear coat on these spots dry overnight. And Hikaru, welcome. How are you doing today? And okay, this is the one that has the three decals on it that are the crosses. We're going to go ahead and put that on there. I'm still kind of iffy on the numbers, which ones I want to use, but I'm pretty solid on which crosses it's going to be. So let me see where the heck I moved them to. It should be right here. Nope, that is incorrect. There we go. And it's a good thing my area is relatively chaos free because it'd be difficult to find things. Kind of had a little bit of a stumbling block getting to the Soviet vehicles. I thought I was going to get to those next, but got these three kits that came in, and I'm going to do them next. It just somebody was nice enough to send them to me, and least I can do is work on them next. So we've got two of these. We're going to make them slightly different from each other. Okay, this one does not have. This one has one and it has in the end there, but I only have. Okay, that's the one that has the 3. And what's the other one that has the numbers on it? The 412. Number 2. Okay, let's go ahead and grab this. Spent the week being sick, now mostly nominal. Man, lots of people are sick. I'm better last night, but I have had a cough for no reason for over a week now, and no symptoms really other than a cough. I don't know what's going on there. Strangeness. Well, hopefully you're doing better. Slide that one there. It was a shame that those decals that came through here that were supposed to be yellow ended up being orange. Oh well. I couldn't find the. I was telling you last time you were on, or maybe the time before you were on, that since you could speak the language, I was going to show you the box art of the kit of the JSU is a JSU 122. You could build two different versions of the 122 and one version of the 152 that I built. And you couldn't even make out the name of who it was. But I found the box art on this site called Hank of Holland. This guy, I would presume he's from Holland, has put kind of this big access to just about all kinds of different kits. So you could see a list on there of who makes the manufacturer and aftermarket parts and stuff like that. I'm sure that there's inaccuracies in there because it's definitely a labor of love. And if you forget to update it from one month to the next, you could miss quite a few things. But this person had this kit that I got as a 1/72 scale JSU model that I probably, when I got it when I worked at the hobby store, so I'm going to say it was like 1992, and the name of the manufacturer is PST. And actually, the model is really good. The problem is they don't have, it must be a Russian or Ukrainian thing where they do not put locators for where the many parts are. This armored car I'm building right now, which is a Ukrainian kit from Rodin, does not have any markings on here of where all these little boxes and stuff go on there, which on one hand is good because if you want to make them slightly different and maybe not add some of the things on there, you don't have these locator holes that you don't have to do, that you have to try to fill in or something like that. But in the case of this, it's mildly annoying because you don't have any. I'm going to have to consult picture references and make sure that I put them in the correct place. Because I care to. I guess ultimately nobody would know, but I want to do things correctly, if possible. But PST is the name of the kit, and separate link track, and I don't know how the hell I built it with separate link track, because I had an aversion to separate link track back then when I was younger. I can handle it now. Actually, in some sick ways, prefer it. Sick ways because I'd rather it be one piece, but the one piece running gear on armored vehicles is kind of a new thing. I've actually never built one. We're going to put some of this micro set on here for the crosses. But PST, I know I thought I saved the box art, but I didn't. But it was PST. Haven't heard about the manufacturer, honestly. Granted, that box is older than me. Yeah, it has a bunch of scribbling on it. And you know what? I'm not doing anything. Let's close this up. I'll show you a clip of the box art. And I'll tell you how you would think that PST would be written some on there. Or 3 characters, one after the other, even though they're different in Russian. The Cyrillic characters are different. I would have expected at least. Let's see. I don't have this bookmarked here. Hank of Holland. Let's see. What a labor of love this website is. Okay, so we're going to scroll down here to manufacturers of plastic models. And I guess they're still in production. Plastic kits, PST. Here it is. They make JS2s, different versions of them. And somehow I lost the decals, but Okay, now I'll come over here and let's see what image comes up here that we're going to replace. Okay, here's a little Panzer II image. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to browse. And let's find that image we just downloaded. And maybe you can tell me on that box art where in the hell it says PST on it. Assuming I could find it here. Here it is. This is what the box art looked like that I couldn't find. I don't know where in the hell. Actually, those decals look really nice. I like this big old numbers like that. And that's actually a pretty decent vehicle for skirmish because it fires so damn slow that you're not going to get the firing turn. You could build it with the 122 millimeter gun that you see there that has not really a muzzle brake, but has a thicker piece towards the end. That's the one I chose to do. Then you could do a 122 with an actual muzzle brake, and you can also do a 152 with the kind of a strange serrated muzzle brake that they used to have on those. I went with a 122, just like in that picture. But yeah, that was the box art. I don't see PST written anywhere on there. Yeah. Anyways, that's what I wanted to show you the other day. You can't see the manufacturer name on the box. Yeah, okay. Tricky. Oh, these decals aren't going to fit. Well, why would they give you decals on a kit that don't fit, that they're too long, top to bottom? All right, I got to try to do something crafty. I'm going to put them back on the decal paper and let them, I don't know if I can do this, but I'm going to try it. I'm going to let them dry back out and maybe use them on a different vehicle. They're too tall. They're even come from this model and they're vertically too tall. They don't fit in that space. All right, let's try something different. Let's chop up the edge of them off. Let's go ahead and get these out. I don't even know if I can get away with that, but those won't fit on there. And you would think that the ones that were made for the vehicle would fit on there. I'm actually going to go ahead and switch to a brand new one, even though this one's fairly new. If there's anything you need, a sharp blade for, it's this. Can you put swastika flags on your vehicles in your part of the world? Or is that frowned upon? I mean, obviously we're not going to do a party rally with it. I mean, you know, like on a model. Or would the authorities freak out? I think they'd be okay with it. In your part of the world. Especially since you guys kicked their ass. I'm going to do that on one of these vehicles. I just hadn't decided which one. Not to promote some ideology, it's just because they did it. And it's a nice color contrast, honestly. Oh yeah, this is sharp right here. Oh, that's what I like to do. I don't like to slide it across. I like to just come down and I bet this will fit though. No. And just for good measure, yeah, that'll fit on there. Might as well have it start percolating. Yeah, that's sharp. That's what we like to see. Well, if you're not old enough, if this kid is older than you, then you probably don't remember. And you were probably born after the breakup. Of the Soviet Union. Oop. Okay, let those little guys percolate for a little bit. Yeah, I was going to hand paint all my Soviet slogans, but I may use decals because I want them to look nice. Although I've seen some that are pretty sloppy, but extremely sloppy slogans are actually rare. You heard I got my Tiny War Games mats. I got 2 of them. And I'm going to do a review on them today. They came in Thursday. Wednesday or Thursday. They came in Wednesday. I've just been so busy through the week, and I got mixed feelings about them. Mid 90s, okay. When Yeltsin was president. I got mixed feelings about them. There's two gripes I have about them. Actually, here's the biggest gripe I have about Tiny War Games. I was trying to figure out their website, and it's a beautiful website, but it's not organized really well for those of us that were informed. And I'll be honest with you, the only reason I bought them was because the shipping was free. They just, I wanted a 4x6 mat or 4x8 mat. Either way, I would have preferred 4x8, but 4x6 works fine. Most of the scenarios I have are actually use a 4x6 mat. So, but most of those mats run like the equivalent would be the cigar box models. Cigar box, I think it's called cigar box battle mats, and they're here in the U.S. And I've seen some in person. They're almost like a velour, and it's just a weird, but it's a material that you don't enjoy touching. It just sounds weird, but there's some things that are more fun to touch than others. Take that for what you want. Now, there's just some materials that just don't appeal to me, and that one seems to be one of those. Now, they do make different materials, some that have some pile length and stuff like that, but the cigar box models run about $70. I don't mind spending the $70. There's a chance that I may never put game on it. I'm just kind of giving myself all these reasons not to back out of it. So, having a nice thing to play on is kind of a nice thing. So I was told that the cigar box models, the Tiny War Games ones were on sale, and they were 20% off with free shipping across the pond. Well, that is a big deal, and these damn crosses still don't fit. You damn bastards. Well, we're going to make them fit. And they fit here. So that was the selling point. It ended up being like $33 free shipping each. Well, if I was going to ever buy one, that was the time to buy it. So I got it. What I wasn't aware of is that they're actually, it's not a bad material. I don't expect to play in an area where people are messy. So it's like quick wipe off. And it's glossier than I would have liked because of that. So I'm going to take some shots. I'm not bad mouthing it. I still think I made the right decision getting them, because I'm not going to get them for less of a price than that. And not all of their stuff was free shipping. So it's not like I could have bought a really, really nice, expensive one and gotten free shipping. I would have had to pay for shipping on that. These must have been just extra ones that they had. And I ended up getting two. And yes, I got the desert one, so of course you know what that means is at some point we're going to go to North Africa. But I wasn't expecting this material on the back. I don't know what I was expecting. Maybe that's what it is, but now, print quality, yeah, these things are amazing, and they fit really nicely with my groundwork on my vehicles. So that is ideal. They're just a little semi-glossish if I hit them at the wrong angle. So we're going to lay these out on the table in some natural light, and I think I'll be fine, because you just can't beat this for $30, But anyhow, to be continued. Yes, they came in. I have to get game mats from the UK. Everything else I have is from the UK. It would be uncivilized to do it otherwise. But I can't, as much as I would like to have the mouse pad one, and I really would like to have the mouse pad ones, They take up a lot of space, and more importantly, I have to have mats that are thin enough that you can stick things underneath them, because I'm not building custom hills and stuff for some of these skirmish scenarios and then have to store those damn hills when I can just use styrofoam. So there, I stole my own thunder on my own review, but I think it's a good product. It wasn't what I was expecting. I don't know if I knew what I was expecting, but, and I thought about it. I put it in actually what happened is I put them in my cart, thought about it, didn't purchase them, came back the next day to their website, and the free shipping was gone. And I'm like, son of a bitch, I missed it. But it was still in my cart. I'm like, well, let me try to buy them anyways. And I did. And I don't know whether it kept them in there because it was still in my cart, but I think I'm going to be happy with them. It's just, sometimes when you open something and you're like, oh man, this is so much better than I thought. And that's almost always the reaction. And I didn't have that reaction. So, not bad mouthing them. It just wasn't what I expected. I really wanted to get them at Historicon. A playmat. And, if I take it over to Mitch's place and Luke or somebody's playing, yeah, it needs to be quick wipe off like that because he spills shit. But it may never go over there. I may just game here. So, your order came in the other day. I got the Arid Green one. It's greener than I expected, but I like the look of it. Yeah, it's one of those things that I'll end up being happy with it. It's just kind of like the shock, like, oh, that's not what I was expecting, And there's several companies that make them. In a perfect world, I'd love to make one out of teddy bear fur, but I just don't have the time. My wife would absolutely hate me if I did that in the garage, and those clippings of no. I got to do this, not clipping teddy bears, neutering teddy bears. All right, we're gonna leave those decals alone, and then we're gonna use these that are smaller. That I'm gonna make smaller. So in a perfect world, I would use those teddy bear throw things, but that's just a mess. So I think all in all, that was the right decision. I'd wish it was in 4x8, but I totally was motivated by the dollar signs or lack of dollar signs. Because nobody wants to pay for shipping. I work in a shipping environment, and I get it. Nobody wants to pay for shipping or have the shipping hidden. And it was a risk I was willing to take, being only $30 each. I wanted to get one of the snow ones as well, but not. This is not for DBA or anything DBA-ish. DBA-ish meaning what I'm kind of doing these days. So I got no plans to be working on 15 millimeter ancients and medievals anytime soon. That doesn't mean I'm not going to do it again. It just means that it could be a couple years off. I got plenty of stuff that I need for now. And I did get one step towards playing this. I did get these in the mail. Another thing I wanted to get from my vendors that didn't show up at our show. Just something other than poker chips to write the names of these units as you pull them up. And something that they all feel the same. So this is enough for now, but I probably need to order a lot more so that I don't get them and they're different finish and you can feel the difference between them, because it's just a random pull on whose activation it is next. So you want them all to kind of be the same thing. So if they're not too glossy in natural light, those mats will be just fine. And I'm not actually worried about them being too slippery because I've got clamps that I put on the table that I don't think I'm going to take it over yonder. I think it'll just be here. If I put on a game, they can come here and game. But I'm not too worried about that. In the meanwhile, should be able to take some good pictures on it. I took one as a test, and the groundwork I have on the vehicles looks perfect for it. Really happy with it. I actually really enjoy doing this decal part. I think I put decal set on this one. I think I put it on all of them. 15mm postponed to because suddenly ran out of bases. Currently paint just random fantasy figures. Yeah. Doesn't matter what you're painting as long as you're painting and being creative. I don't want to be rushed by, I gotta get this done by a certain time. You know? No. Life's too short. You also discover that flower ornaments are hella fun to paint and process. I've gone to the shop many times, looked for trees and stuff like that, maybe that I could use, but haven't really found anything really useful, unfortunately. But I do like going into craft shops and seeing if there's something in. Those old ladies come up to you. Is there something I can help you with? Sorry, lady, I've been working on hobbies longer than you have. I'm just fine here. Just leave me alone. I'm good here for a couple days. All right. Specifically did these different. I may actually use this 412. The 412 goes with which one? Just to be consistent. The 412 goes with the thinner one. I'm getting dropped frames in the... Okay. Yeah. Well, that sucks. You're getting dragged in the saga. Well, it doesn't sound like you're going willingly. You've been sequestered and you're getting sucked into saga, huh? That 412 will fit in there nicely. It's the one on this side. I'm not so sure. I'm going to put it on there. F it. Maybe not. Second guessing myself. Getting dropped, dragged in a saga. Guy lives across me, ordered the books, and somehow managed to find 4,500 quid worth of saga dice at a charity store for $45. I gotta believe you added a couple of zeros on there. The saga dice are the reason I would want to play the game. They are just beautiful. Think about Saga 2 because I obviously need a third Achaemenid army. Ah, yes, the Persians. Well, we did get to play some Ancients and Medievals the other day, and it was pretty successful. Everybody seemed to enjoy it. I had some ideas that we tested out, and they seemed to work for the most part. It seemed to make the game better, so it's going to be a long process, but we'll get there eventually, or we'll die trying, literally. But it's not going to happen overnight. And since this is something that I'm not doing for a publishing company or anybody else, it's going to be whenever I feel like getting it done. It's not going to be half-assed done. Or, release and then there's immediately an errata. So, and as I like to say, you're going to get your money's worth because it'll be free. But it is going to take some time. And I am not unemployed, so time is not... Okay, so if I do 412 with that one, then I'm going to have to do the small white ones with this one, which I'm okay with. Anything else here that's useful? I need 2 of them. No, these decals are excellent. These decals. These Ukrainian decals. Well, there's a 503 that's small. Yeah, it's really, really small. We're going to use the 412. Really got these small numerals for the Panzer IIIs when we do them. What's this? I see what that is. Let's do the 412s. I'm not putting one on the back because I don't want it to go over that vision slot. That just looks wrong on every level. The price is right. He got 3 boxes full of them. The gaming store must have gone bust or something, and the stuff ended up going to charity. Man, I've never... I want to say I never had any luck with that kind of stuff, but I did make out like a bandit at the estate sale, at the Gamers Estate Sale, of which there was 2 of them at the same convention. It wasn't anything I needed, but I figured I was going to use it more than anybody else that was going to potentially get it, so. The Saga dice are beautiful. Problem is the hull contained Carthaginian, Sassanid, Macedonian, Greek, Gallic, Numidian, some fantasy dice. So Hannibal, Ptolemy, and Alexander it is. They have Saga does Ancients now. I admit I'm not in the know. I wasn't aware that they were doing Ancients. up putting this on there. I may not have. I don't know if it makes that much of a difference, to be honest with you. I think the gloss coat makes a big difference. I don't know if putting this stuff on it makes that much of a difference. These decals disappear. Is that damn cough. An unproductive cough, because I don't cough anything up with it. So I think it's some kind of a nasal infection. Obviously not very severe. I think this one's going to have to go over this vision port, or this blocked vision port, I should say. These turrets had to have all kinds of weak points with all the vision slots they gave the Germans. Okay, I can actually deal with it being over that vision slot. It's not too bad. Alright, we can nix this now. Okay. Not too bad. Also, it helps the slot's not very three-dimensional. Yeah, they released Age of Hannibal and just did Age of Alexander. Oh, I'll have to look at those dice. That's cool. Okay, so 412 is done. And we need to let that dry for a little bit. All right, so we survived going over some numerals. It didn't kill us. Having the numerals go over the vision slots. And this other one is going to have smaller numerals. And then we'll get back to building the armored car. We need this to dry for a little bit. Well, here's a medical doctor one. Interesting. All right. Let me see what else I got. I got a single digit 1, a single digit 7, 412, and they're over here. And 221 in yellow. Okay, so let's not pick a very high number. So either a 3, a 2, or a 1 that it's going to start with. That's interesting. These are just about as small as these 502s that I had that I thought that were really small. 503, sorry. They're the same size. Why don't I just use the 503s? I'll do that. I'll use the 503s. I got nothing to lose. These S model decals and the UM decals are really nice. Just the S decal ones are all supposed to be yellow, and they came out as orange and a bit on the red-orange side too. So they are not really usable. So there's Gauls, Iberians, Persians, Indians, Thracians, and more in there now. Just the dice or the figures? You know, I'm really at ease now that I've decided to kind of go my own way with the ancients. And going my own way meaning I don't care if the whole world doesn't play my rules, the same rules I do, because I've tried playing the same rule set the whole world did, and people don't show up to shows. I mean, some people do, but some people don't, you know? So I'm like, why am I doing stuff for other people and not doing what I want to do? So if I see something that is written wrong or poorly explained, F it, we're going to change it, you know? And eventually there'll be videos for it. But there shouldn't need to be videos because it's going to be written in a way that is not going to confuse the shit out of people. Man, and these release quick. Okay, this is the troublemaker side. Let's try fitting it down there. Which means we got to put it on the equivalent side here. And then one at the back too. Well, it's a shame that it's not a World War II set of rules I'm doing, because I know what I'd call the World War II rules. The Ancients, I'm close, but it doesn't need to have a title just yet. Definitely two different size turret numbers, but that shit was pretty common. I think I like them a little bit better in the center. So let me take this. This is what this is really good at. Let's move it at a different angle so we don't knock this over and the entire desk smells of vinegar. I don't know that I like it down there better. So 503 should be a headquarters vehicle of the 5th Company. Or just a random number to throw the Soviets off. These new dice for gripping beasts still have their old lines of ancients, the repackaging for Saga. That's one guy I was talking to a while ago. He wanted to do Saga in 15s, and I might have been able to jump on it. That was the case. I just don't have the time to paint 28s. Nor inclination. Okay, so we got 503 and 412. We have to drill out the machine gun for that one later. All right, it's back to the rodent kit. You let this dry for a little bit and come in and dry brush the rest of the stuff. Actually, yeah, I need to paint the rust on a muffler. I don't feel like painting right now, so let's take this special. I only use this to cut decals thing off. Put it up there. And put the other one on here, which is not dull, but it is not decal sharp. And let's put all this stuff out of the way. Okay, we're working on the wheel parts. And actually, let's clear this area of anything wet or decal-y. Here's our instructions. There's the decals for this vehicle. I have a ton of decals in 1/35 scale. A ton. And I wish I had them all those in 1/72 scale, but I don't. All right, let's find out where the hell we left off. Here. This section right here. We have all these sub-assemblies. We did section 2 and 3. All right, we need to... These are all black pieces. Never seen black plastic before. And we need to do this twice, right? So we need 11s. I forgot to mention to Mr. Tobin last night when he came on here that I did listen to his radio program that he recommended. And then I was looking for that other movie that Kevin recommended, and it's not available anywhere yet. Whatever the hell it was called. Quartermass and the Pit. And I was intrigued by the description. Okay, 19A and 23A. Okay, so we need 2 of these. Okay, set the other 2 aside. We need 19 and 23. Okay, 1 each of those. Justin Sabaka, welcome. We are building some armored cars. And then 28, which is a little grip point between the 2 sets of wheels. And it's a piece that's broken, isn't it? Yep. The link between them is broken. That happens sometimes. You get things in transit and they're already broken, but fortunately, this weld cement does a good job of fixing things. My video froze up. Did it? Well, might be a bad internet day. I don't see it frozen up here, but I'm going to take your word for it. So let's just pretend it froze and let's just do what I normally would do, which would be go ahead and let's go ahead and disconnect from here. Okay, now it's definitely going to be frozen. And then let's connect back up. And that should have fixed it. Oh, I'm glad I checked on that because the phone wasn't plugged in. Of course, it was only down 81%. It'd be a long time before something like that happened. Yeah, the mysteries of the internet. Okay. Hopefully that fixed the video issue. Usually I'll look up and, oh, look, it's frozen on mine too, but it's not on mine, so. They must be launching drones again. That's using up all the bandwidth. Blame it on the drones. This is not a beginner's kit. Meaning, if I was 12 years old and decided to build this, I'd hate this thing. Still having issues with it? I don't know that it's here on my end. Which one is it, by the way? I bet it's not this. I bet it's not this screen right here. Let's see. I bet it's not this screen. It's usually this one, not this one. Well, at least you're not missing anything interesting like a strip show or something like that. It's just some middle-aged dude playing with toys. Okay. Man, this week seemed like a long week. A really, really long week. There we go. This is what we need to do. You put this like this. Just get close. Trim off the distance. It's not really a guide from the other side. It doesn't have to be perfect. This is even visible. Oh, you know what? I wonder if that changed it. That's the problem with only getting 5 hours of sleep. I didn't check to see if the computer was plugged in. I mean, it's a laptop, but I rarely use it as, unplugged. It's plugged in now. I could tell because why is my screen getting dull? Well, because you're about to not have any connection. You're about to lose power. What did I drop to? Pretty low. I wonder if that's where it was. Oh, well, I'll have to get to my producer about that. She don't listen real well, though. Okay, so we've got this axle that we need to put together. Oh, I see. That's how that goes together. All right. It's strange that it would have broken like that. Yep, that's how it broke. We'll leave that be. Okay. So what we'll do is we're gonna, while that one's curing, we're gonna pull this other one off, use it instead. I tried using the cutters, and the cutters seem to do more damage than not doing them. All right, this is the axle that we use on this first one, while that one's drying. Okay. So you got two set of wheels. Is this all puffy? Okay, so this one goes like this. This one goes like this. We have this axle that goes in between them. It's like this is the side that goes in here. Now this is really not friendly for kids. This is not a kid-friendly thing. Maybe I shouldn't have put that in first. Okay, this goes on the outside. Okay, then this tapered one goes here. Okay. Because this is going to end up being like this. It's like I'm building something with an erector set. I got one of those for a gift one time. It just did not resonate with me. You know, some toys are just not your cup of tea, and that one was mine. I never had Lincoln Logs. Every kid I ever wanted to go visit had them. And I had an erector set, and I never liked the erector set. It didn't resonate with me. Okay, so this is going to sit here and here and here and here. There. I'm glad I'm putting these on a base, because if I wasn't, all kinds of shit could go sideways for sure. funny. It's like that axle isn't long enough. Okay. That's one of the things that's really nice about the weld cement is you can put things in place and kind of tinker with them a little bit. It's not like, oh, it's glued there, you're stuck. All right, let's do the same thing here. Okay, let's do that same scenario again. This thing's probably welded together now. We'll let it run a little long on purpose. Get some extra grippage on that axle. It's almost like it's not long enough. What's after this? Put a bottom plate on it? Okay. Yeah, my 12-year-old self would have hated this thing. They didn't have stuff like this when I was 12. They did have those vacuform kits. I don't know how in the hell anybody ever built any of those. That's just crazy talk. Especially back then when you couldn't just go on YouTube and watch somebody's, I assume there's videos of people telling you how to deal with it on YouTube, but access to all kinds of information now that we didn't have before. I'm really looking forward actually to putting that Martyr 2 together. I should call it a Martyr 2D. Because it's a Martyr based on a Panzer II chassis, but a Panzer IID chassis. Which, if I remember correctly, they used the Ds in Poland and then just pulled them out. And they were all converted either to those Martyrs or Flamingos. Odd little flame-throwing tank. And it's really an unattractive vehicle. I have it from MMS, and I'm missing some pieces. I'm missing some pieces that the mount, basically how the gun actually mounts onto the chassis, which is extremely flimsy to begin with. But we should be able to rebuild it with some extra plastic parts and should work out just fine. But now that we have access to all kinds of online information that we didn't have before. Everybody lose my feed, or are we still good now? I don't know if that fixed those issues that apparently were happening. Okay, it's the one over there. This is the one over here. This thing flipped on me. I didn't notice it. Okay. Those little assemblies are done. Further along. How we doing on the decals here? Should put my earbuds to charge. This does not have Tool Making Plant Rodin Limited, 7A Nevska Street of 35 Kiev, Ukraine. Not Kiev or whatever the hell they called it. I always call it Kiev. It's been Kiev for many, many years. Look at this artwork. I love this artwork. Yeah, a couple of these armored cars are just zooming through the desert. They just visited a temple there, and you got that Jeroboam saying, get me the hell out of here. Very cool. All right. We need to put all these assemblies on. On here. Many, 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 many parts. Okay. 5A. This is F. This is B. Some people don't label their sprues. A. other sprues here. I still have half a mind to glue this on the hole first. Do I see anything on there that I wouldn't want to glue? No. I see no reason not to glue this stuff on here until the hole's together. I don't want to put something too close to the side here, and then when you put it, it won't fit, and then the fender won't fit flush. It doesn't say to do it that way, but this isn't my first rodeo. Alright, that's the sub-assemblies. Beyond there, we need a bottom hole. Save sprues, so we may need it for antenna. Top of the hole. Keep the box, absolutely. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And it has the name of the artist on there. Unfortunately, I don't speak Russian or Ukrainian or either one of them, nor can I read either one, but let me find where it is. It's on this vehicle. It's right there under the undercarriage. The Benimpenenko. I don't know. It's beautiful artwork though. Beautiful artwork. I'm a fan of having artwork on the box art that's inspirational. Now, I'm interested to see how this thing scales with the 231 that I have. How does this thing fit together? Oh, it looks pretty good. Let's go pull the 231 out. Which is pretty, it's a very crude. Model of it. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's not perfect. It's going to be close enough. This is quite a bit larger. So this might actually have been 1/76 scale. Yeah. Anyway, it's going to look like this, except it's going to have a different configuration. We're not going to build shit for the Africa Corps at this point. If I was building stuff for the Africa Corps, I'd still paint it gray and then end up dusting a living crap out of it. Yeah, because these sub-assemblies now, assuming this was completely done, which it's not, ends up fitting like this. And like that. Yeah, I want to put the fenders on before I start adding stuff to it. Nothing good is going to come from that. Okay. Where is... No, I didn't want to click on this. Thank you. Just get kind of close. Didn't see it, but it could be the artist. Yeah, I just can't pronounce his name. I don't even know what those letters mean. It's the 21st century. Can't we just all use the same alphabet? I'm fine with different languages, because I can pronounce things in other languages, but not if I don't recognize the letters. I mean, I like how Cyrillic looks. Just can't read it. Perfect. Like it was never there. This is a little bit more difficult because you've got a hatch right there next to it. But this one should be just as easy as this other side. Perfect. Nice. All right, what do we got here in the front? This is so much better than working with white metal and resin and stuff like that you have to use these glues that are unforgiving and messy. There's kind of a little plate there. Oh, there's the rubber bands. Good. We'll have to put good use to those. I commandeered some of my daughter's hair ties. Not for me. I'm pretty sure I'll never need to use hair ties. I'm certain I'll never have to use hair ties. Okay, now the tricky ones, which are these right here, because it's right next to a hatch. Really should have picked a better place to put this other than right here next to the hatch. one that I was only going to use for decals. Well, here we go. I don't think there's anything on the inside of it. Certainly not there. That all goes to the outside. Those are things that go to the outside. Yeah, there's all these pieces that somehow get attached here, but there's no locating points for them. I'm going to glue the two holes together. I'm going to glue two holes together. Let's make sure there are our hair ties are here. Yep. Okay. Yeah, they don't even have the markers for the lights and shit like that. Just nothing's drilled out. Which probably, if that's the case, I probably need to get my drill bits and put a tip on one of them. Be prepared for that next. if it's just adding a little divot. Something kind of in between those two sizes. It's a little smaller. Get this one handy right there. Because this is going to be similar to the size. Put this thing away. Of those openings and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, the UM kit was the same way. The UM kit had a lot of details, but no markers there for it. All right, you can do the top superstructure now. It's going to take a little bit of time polishing that up. So hopefully in that time we can the hole will be set to go. Oh, we need to do something before it's too late. And let's glue this thing back together again. These pieces that broke off in transit. This is the super sharp one, right? Okay, good. That's what we need to do here. And be extra careful with it. If there's one thing you wouldn't want a lot of flash on, it's this piece right here. I want to grind across it. I think it's going to add more pressure to it than... Okay, that's loose there. Okay, I'm going to leave this on the frame. because it allows it to stay kind of in the position it's supposed to be. Relative to that break. And then we'll break the whole thing off if we need to. So we need to add that there and those two there. I wonder if this is the right way to go about it. Let's try this. Let's try this. Let's try this. Let's give this some. Make sure this is all the way in. You stay right there. We're going to need you in a moment. Give it support underneath when you cut it. Trim it up later. Okay, now we just have the two ends where it's connected. I want to support that somehow. Excellent. Got it. I couldn't have done this 20 years ago. Just didn't have it in me. I'm not going to worry about it too much because I could totally see like putting a piece of like clear tape until it's put back together. Now, let's see if we could possibly get these together. This thing broke on me before I even took possession of it. It actually went together really well, that one. We're going to leave that as is. Okay? Let it do its thing for a little while. Come back to it. Flash of unusual size. Okay. This should fit over it just like that. And this does have little notches there. Now, this actually has a couple little notches here that were part of the turret, almost like a splash guard or something like that. We're going to take those off. That's not allowing us to fit completely flush. So we should be able to do that just by using the back of this. And some sandpaper, and we should be good to go. Same thing back here. Much better. Let's go ahead and flip this over. Okay. For parts which should be painted before mounting are giving colors of painted. I can reach anything, so I won't be painting anything before mounting. I never do. Maybe if I was doing like a cockpit of an aircraft or something like that, but no plans on doing any of those anytime soon. Okay, so while that dries, the next step is we're going to put the fenders on. We're going to put the fenders on for that. And the doors fit forward. So this is the fender for this side. All right, we should be able to take this off now. Okay, this is the fender for this side. It does have a notch there, although it's not very pronounced. Fit seems to be okay. And the fender for the other side is here. The doors swing open to the front. That's this one. And there's the other one. Four folks, good morning. Top of the morning to you. Now that we've got this in place, wow, that glued really well. It almost has a little bit of a texture too. There. And there. If you glue those pieces on there, look how much space there is in between the fender and the hole. You push it too far that way, and then you can't put the fender on. Not falling for that one. Wow, I'm surprised that thing glued as well as it did. Okay. Same thing. Then once those things are together, then we can do that stuff. Now I'm going to go ahead and put piece 13A while that's gluing. It should be this piece right there, yeah, on both of them. Let me switch back. Actually, when I needed to get replacement blades for the X-Acto knife, and I went against getting them on Amazon because there's knockoff stuff on there. And, you know, Amazon doesn't check who their vendors are. They could be putting, you know, stuff on there that's copycat stuff. Because I bought razors before, and that's exactly what happened. Now, where does that fit on there? Oh, it fits in between it? Oh, on the opposite side. Okay, cool. Oh, okay. All right, we like that. Five folks on here. Welcome. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't think I'm going to glue this on just yet, because if I do, I may end up putting pressure on these wheels and stuff, and I really don't want to do that. But these fit, the little angle pieces go towards the inside. Because the fit on the fenders is like superb. So I needed to get that in the right place. Let's just put this down and see what this looks like. I might glue it down. Yeah, it's not like I'm going to be putting... All right. Let's glue these boogers down. It's funny because I built this BP cast wine in 20 mil. I built the Tamiya kit way back when. That thing was just a work of art. I just remember it being a work of art going together. As is just about everything by them. Okay. We'll do the aerial gets done last. I've got to put stuff on the fender at this point. Man, that's a lot of stuff on there. Okay, let's begin with one side. It's a little bit bigger. I'm going to put it on the same footprint as this one. I like to keep the stand somewhat similar in size. Okay, these are the 5A pieces, so. This is 5A. Okay, this has a spot. It's different on one side than the other, and they have that one facing out. Okay, that's 5A. Let's cut out the two 5As. Let's do them both sides all the way down. Because if this one is like on this way facing out, then this one should be this way facing out. Now, should that go in the middle of that piece? No, it goes almost flush with the outside. It goes almost flush with the outside, which means it's going to go okay. Let me see if I've got. We need better pictures of this. Make sure we got these things in the right place. 253 or 263? 263. 253 actually is, I think, a 250. It's like this. SDKFZ263. Images. Here we go. Blueprints. Okay. They call this a Panzer Funwagen. I don't think it was any fun in there. See which one of these is actually a better picture. Okay. All right. Let's start off from the fender forward. We've got 3A. Actually, let me get a little piece of, let me get a pencil. Okay. We've added that one. We've added that. Let's get 3A out. Should be this large box right here. Three A, 2A is small latch, and 4A is large hatch. Okay, let's trim this up. You have the PSC version of the kit. The kit allows you 231, 232, and 263. Yeah, I never got around to getting it. I'm looking forward to getting a PS3, PSC. Just one of their stuff. I won't need one now. Now I'll have a 231, a 232, and a 263, and unless I need to do a 233. There's a guy in England, there's a company in England that sells individual sprues. Might be actually directly from Plastic Soldier Company, but they sell them individually, and that might be the thing to do, is just buy one. And just for the 233. What I need to do is find a good model of a 222. I've got the old Airfix one, and it is just a horrible model. Horrible, horrible model. And I know because I had one. I have one. Doesn't have the grenade nets or anything. I just don't want to pay $20 for one. And that looks like what the going rate would be to... Man, I did the right thing gluing this in this order. As you move it too far that way, and you got all these things that are glued on here, and the pieces won't fit. Not my first rodeo. Okay, we're going to give ourselves a little bit of a gap. And then we're going to put this one down. Latch needs to be towards the outside, or you're never going to get in that container. You ever built any of the first to fight ones? They look pretty cool. I want to get a Czech 38. I need it for a couple of scenarios. And the Pegasus ones run about $17 for two of them. And the Plastic Soldier Company run about $36 for three of them, so $12 a piece. But you get the extra pieces to make the martyrs, which I don't need. I've got one of the martyrs that comes in there. I have it. I have a Martyr 3, but it comes with crews for them. So I've got two martyrs I have really no crews for. So that would be useful. I think I'm going to go the Plastic Soldier Company route for those. So in other words, build the tanks as Czech 38s, or maybe buy 2 packs of them. And because I don't have any of the martyr with the cabins in the middle. That's the mart. Yeah, I don't have any of those. The best looking one, actually. Okay, there they are. That's where they kind of have to go. We got to fit a horde in here and a no-tech light. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and put a pencil mark on here that we did these. We did that one, we did this, we did that. Okay. Like I said, my only gripe is that there's no positioning holes on there. This one would have been a nightmare. This piece right here, you put this on before you put the fender on, and the fender won't fit flush. And that's just one of those things that experience comes in. You know, you get a 12-year-old who gets one of these, and he's going to be like, F that. Okay, this horn is going to be a beast to get out. Or to trim. And then 22A is here. Let's take this pedestal off first. Okay, and then this one. Perfect. PSC sell reinforced with single sprues. UK is well served with spruce shops online selling single sprues to allow you to round out your forest. Yeah, I will eventually. I've got my eye on the Panzer III G and H set and the Czech 38 one. What else by them? Honeys. I'm going to get into the desert eventually because I ended up getting the desert mat. we'll do a video on my unboxing on that today. I couldn't unbox it on Wednesday. It was days away from doing it, and I couldn't stand not looking at it for a couple days. So you want me to do some counter paint schemes. And the British vehicles in the desert are just awesome looking. I love the way Crusaders look. I don't care if they broke down all the time. I'm not interested in that. I'm a modeler. I want things to look cool. All right, the little newt horn goes right here. Yeah, put these boxes right next to each other and I hardly even have any room. And the no-tech light. Actually, I think this is I don't know if this one should be the horn, not the no-tech light. Whatever, it's this thing that's on every damn German vehicle. And it stinks because the shape this thing is, it's hard to grip. But there she is. About a whole lot of first to fight from Hanitz. Enough Polish and German equipment to cover your needs. The old Poles. Their stuff is cool because they make a lot of things that are unusual, like not exciting. You like trucks and horse-drawn, this, that, and the other. So that's pretty cool. All right, now we've done this one. So we've knocked these two out. Now we're going to work from ourselves from the fender backwards. There's a jerry can that goes right there. It's a German jerry can. It should be empty. Supply problems. The Polish stuff's actually pretty cool. Cool looking, for sure. Okay, that is my jerry can, and we did a 19F. That's odd. Why is there multiple of the 2s left? Oh, because there's another one down there. Okay, so where the hell's 19F? It's not there. There's no piece for 19F? Oh, because this isn't the F sprue. Schweinehund. Okay, 19F. Here's the F. Wow, it's shaped like that. That's strange. Okay. F, and then 2A, okay, and the other stuff is all this stuff isn't badly priced. But compared to like Pegasus, man, the Pegasus stuff is really cheap. Really, really cheap. But I think like for the Czech 38s, the Pegasus 37mm guns are too thin. They might be to scale, but they're not going to be durable. So I think I'm going to go Plastic Soldier Company on those. And some Armor Fast Panzer 4Ds, a couple of those. But that's for the future. I need to work on the things I already have, or I'm never going to get ahead. Okay, this happy little box. First to Fight models are easy to put together. They originally were issued as part of a magazine series. The magazines are good for info and painting guides, only in Polish though. Well, I'm not going to learn Polish. I already do 2 languages, and if it was in Spanish, I wouldn't want to. Wouldn't want a war game in Spanish. I don't have good technical knowledge of specific language skills for technical information. Like I wouldn't want to talk about my work and stuff in Spanish. It gets too that's gonna fit right. That would have been a freaking disaster, as having glued these things first. You know, that I don't blame people for not knowing. I put the Tamiya kit together, and I knew that you put those things too far back and you're going to have a problem getting the fenders on. I was not expecting the fenders to go together as well as they did. They really were beautifully executed. I've never seen something go together that well, because they have all kinds of weird angles and stuff. You know, if something's going to go sideways, it's going to be that. Ooh, they've got this thing covering up the opening. OSHA's going to have a field day. Can't open that door completely because of that jerry can right there. I'm going to burn to a crisp if you have to bail out in a hurry. Oh well, I'm not really sympathetic to them, so burn, baby, burn. You guys have OSHA out there in the UK or whatever your version of it is. Got to keep all exits clear, all emergency exits clear. All right, we got a shovel, the infamous German fire extinguisher. Okay, these are F pieces. All right. (6F), the infamous German Jack. Wer ist mein Jack? 6F, right here. Yeah, this is not an easy model to put together, but it's well within my skill set. 13F. Let's see, we need to put something underneath it to catch the pressure. Trim that once it's flat on there. Okay. 7A, that's another horn. Well, that's on the A thing. This one is 3F, which is this one over here. Okay. 11F, which is this one here. (8A), which is this tiny little piece. And another bloody horn. Those Jerry's in their horns. And that should be all the pieces that we need for that. Oh no, we need 8. Oh no, 8A's there. It's like the little bottom of the thing. Yeah, I actually don't mind doing this, and this just takes a while. This is actually the big thing was when I built that one model that had a separate link track, and I was dreading it, and I kicked its ass. And now I'm like, all right, this is a feel-good moment. Let's enjoy this. And since I know I'm going to put these guys on bases, the separate link tracks are a lot less scary that they're going to fall off or get mishandled. This is 8A. Okay, so we can cut this flush. Okay, and then the horn. All right, now let's fit all this stuff on here. The shovel almost certainly is going to be on the outside. Let's put the fire extinguisher and the shovel go in here. Das Hornen. This is a really popular scale for wargaming back in the 80s, and then other scales took over, but I always have a soft spot for 20 mil, and I always will. Okay, this goes like this. Okay, and this fits on here. Supposed to fit in between it? That's weird. I don't know why the hell they decided to put a bottom on this thing. No, that's where we're going to put it. Okay, and this stand upright. Really, that should fit in between that. Strange that it won't fit there. It's close. I think I just did it. Yep. Not my first rodeo. Okay, that side's complete. Okay, flip the other side. 3A, 2A, 4A. There's 2A. And 9D. The hell is D? B, F, there's a D sprue? F, B, I think it's mislabeled as F. This is A, also A, B, F. Okay, where's the parts explosion? There is no D. There's no D thing on the... But yet here it is. 9D. Well, we won't put that piece on there. We're going to put this other one that's the equivalent one on the other side. That's what I was expecting to put on. This one. which is 19. Must be drinking vodka at the rodent factory. Sign me up. I work really, really cheap. I mean, this kind of looks like the piece. So. That one will go there. 2A will go there. Okay, yeah, I think it fits in there beautifully. I think that's the piece that needs to be there. Okay. This needs to push back in. And here's a piece that's not even labeled what it is. This piece doesn't even have a label. Oh, I lost my screen. This piece isn't even labeled. It's got to be this one. Looks just like it. Okay. Okay, and that has that piece facing forward. Problem with sanding some of these pieces is they're so small you can't even get a good grip on them. Let me check on something. Let me check on this. I want to see the other view of it. What's here behind it? Not a whole lot of things. Well, if I move this back, it's not going to fit, so that needs to be right there. I want to put this. It doesn't even fit in there. kind of a drunk person made these instructions. A very drunk person. Well, there's things in non-standard places. Some of those drawings don't look the same, so I may just mount this thing way back here where there's not an issue. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Executive decision. Okay, and then there's a horn. No, just the no-tech light. Okay. Right here. And we're going to put it right here. Out of the way of other stuff. Okay, and then we have 10F. Which is this piece here. Four F. There's no jack on here? How strange. Okay. I know there's extra pieces that you could use for the other armored car, but they are just wargaming models. I don't need to be uber retentive. PS Studio pack of SPG crew. Yeah, it just makes sense to just, if you need to get Czech 38s, you just buy the Czech 38s and you got extra crewmen. Yeah, I don't understand why PSC has such a hard time keeping things in stock. It just fire it back up. The only thing I was kind of disappointed to find out is S&S models make a Crusader, but their Crusader looks like it comes with the hatches closed. Not that I want everyone with the hatch open, but if I was riding around the desert want the hatches open as much as possible. For damn sure. Okay, so this thing gets glued onto the bottom there. And these two notches go there, right? And this little guy goes here. Okay, so this is going to fit like this. I'm going to need to put a crew in that archer that I have, which I'm really disappointed to find out that the archers didn't come in service until after Market Garden. I'm very disappointed about that. Okay, and then this should fit in between that. Of course, the archer I have is just, it's embarrassingly bad. An embarrassingly bad model. You know what? I think this had one of the sprues that was broke off of it, and it really should be sitting here. That's what it is. Let me fix that before it's too late. That way both of those license plates are sitting at the same height. We can avoid a fine. Okay. Get that piece on there. 3A, 2A, 4A. Two, three, four. Helps, works better if the pieces come off. Okay, the big one is 3A. Have it go all the way here at the end. Okay, then we get 2A. And then 4A. This little thing on the bottom never got glued here. Not that it makes a huge difference, but armor fast. That's who makes the Crusader with separate hatches. Okay. How do they look? Do they look okay? I have the first armor fast that they ever made, which was the Sherman, and it is lacking of detail, severely lacking of detail. They turned out okay, but they're not super exciting. Okay, this is all complete. I'm going to leave the one jerry can off. I don't want to put one on that side. We'll make it look different. Okay, now we just have the weird shit to put on here. This thing's almost done. And it did take